Lara, thank you for joining me tonight. And even though it's an audio podcast, I can see you, and what a beautiful house you've got and how colourful it is.
Oh, thank you. I'll just turn that down. Everyone's calling me. I'm super popular. No, I'm joking. That's all the agents calling me. Yes, 1 second. It's the paparazzi. No, I'm joking. Yes, I do have a colourful house. It's all my kids' paintings because I homeschooled all my children with the help of some other people, though, because I'm dyslexic. But I did have a lot of help, and we homeschooled them. It was fun. So this is all their work. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, look, let's get to the elephant in the room question done and dusted, because Australia and the housemates were left confused and perhaps cheated over the whole Pillowgate scandal. So are you ready to face the question everyone is wondering?
I am. Wait there. I'll just flip a pillow.
So you had in all seriousness, you had a difficult decision to make in choosing between Joel and Mel. You had made promises to both of them. And let me say first, not one person is questioning how genuine you felt in terms of the anxiety you had in making this decision. It was definitely difficult. It seemed almost perfect and understandable to make a decision to throw a coin, or in this case, a pillow. Perfect decision, to be fair. However, I think everyone knows that before you throw a coin or a pillow, you announce who is who. So Mel red side, Joel white side. Housemates were yelling at you to make a call. You didn't, and you said the pillow said Mel. So a number of people are calling a little bit of, are we allowed to say bullshit on that? So
Yeah.
the question is, why didn't you call the sides before you threw the pillow? And secondly, did the pillow really say Mel, or can you fess up and say that even though it was almost a split decision, you had in your mind that you preferred to save Joel?
Oh, you're a little darling. Well, you know what? I watched the show, and I was even calling out to myself. I was saying to myself, Lara, call it. Like, it was so, I should have called it. Like, I was thinking that. But I think, prior to that, I was in the diary room crying to Big Brother for about, I don't know, about 45 minutes, an hour or so. And I even had to go to the toilet. I had diarrhea and I felt sick in my belly. It was really horrible. And so when I came out, I was so in my head, dude, that I did not even hear him. It was when or I didn't even think. I wasn't even thinking. I was so in my own head, and I just flipped it up. And there was a little bit more time there than what you see. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I just flipped it. And to be honest with you, I would have loved to have gone with Joel, because I'd previously given a handshake to Joel prior to that nomination or that challenge, and to Mel and to Dave. You know what? I was making alliances all over the place, and I once I've got to get in the cold. I've just got to swallow water. Yes, I was making alliances all. Sorry, I was making alliances all over the place. So it was in my head. I guess my emotions were just running wild, and I didn't pay any attention, to be honest with you.
So that kind of answers the first part about, not announcing who it is. But the second part, did the pillow really say Mel, or did you decide that yourself?
Go with it. No, and I had to go with Mel, and I think that's what killed me, because I really would have liked to have put Joel up, because Joel could have beat Drew. You know what I mean? And my head was going, just put Joel up, just do it. But I couldn't. I had to do what I had to do what it said, because I feel like my dad, was watching me. I lost my dad a few years ago, and he's Greek, and, you give your word of honor. And it was just, I think I was focusing on that, and I was emotional, and I had to go with what the pillow said. And I think that's why I said the pillow said, because, I had to. Logically, I should have put Joel up, because he would have beat Drew, and then I would have still kept my alliance there. Mel would have still been there, but I had to go with what it said, and even though it killed me, that's what it did. I think that's what stuffed me the game.
All right, well, let's go to your final challenge that led to your undoing, I guess. First up, you were very, very fiery towards JC, saying that you were a challenge beast, and you had no chance of losing. JC said to you, if you keep carrying on like that and you lose, you look like a fool. I think you even said, shut up, little boy. Do you regret the fighting words, or is that what you do to build your confidence and back yourself?
I was just trying to put him off. I didn't think I had any. JC's a man. Goodness me, I didn't think I'd be able to beat him. He's nice and strong, and he was determined. And I was trying to bluff him like I bluff my boys. I do that to my son sometimes. I go, no, you won't, because I'll find out if you're doing anything naughty. Trust me, I'll find out. And they go, yeah, Mum, sure. But I kind of just say it to bluff him. So I was just trying to bluff him. No, I didn't think I made a fool of myself. Like I guess that was my little strategy, trying to bluff him out, like make him feel like, oh, yeah, maybe she will beat me. She is a challenge beast. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but your plan half worked, and yourself and Lulu had a massive advantage over JC. But throwing those rings took ages, and JC eventually made a comeback. I mean,
Dude, I
obviously
know.
that ring tosser was probably more difficult than it looked, I guess.
Oh my goodness, that just made me feel like I cannot play basketball. I can't shoot a basketball through a hoop. I'm so not coordinated with that. If it's anything to do with grit and determination, yep, I'm in. And I thought he was going for all the greats and the bad heavy things, but I just kept tying it up. Not. I'm saying to Lulu, quick, no, do this. And I was whacking all the ropes through and everything. And I just had it in my head, like it'll take him ages to undo that. And that'll give me more time to get the rings out. But it was heaps harder than what you think. I had two on. I just wanted to like punch myself in the head when it didn't go on.
As a viewer, I like sitting there thinking about strategy, and I must say I didn't quite understand your game plan. The plan seemed to be to just beat JC and not actually win yourself. With you stacking on JC's pile and JC pretty much focusing on your pile, meant that there was more of a chance of Lulu actually winning. That would have put you in an eviction with JC. And that would have been a hard battle. Would you have not been better off playing your own game and try and beat Lulu and JC and then avoiding eviction altogether?
Man, I didn't even think of that. That sounds bloody awesome. Holy cow. No, I didn't even think of that. The champion, I wish you were there with me. Bloody hell. No, I just thought, you know what? I just didn't want her to load me up anymore, because she was going to load me up. So I thought I didn't want her to load me up anymore. And I thought if I just tie a rope through her thing and just knot her a bit, and she's sort of very soft and gentle little Lulu, and she's very girly. So I just put heaps of knots and put a chain and that on hers. And long as I could, just keep her back a bit. But it was JC, the one that I knew I had to sort of get an advantage of and get a lead on. And that's why I thought about, as soon as the big brother said what it was, I saw him iron off the crates and the bags of sand, and I thought, beauty, I'm going for the ropes and chains, brother. I'm going to be whacking those two. He's not going to be able to get them out. And it worked. If I could have, got one more ring on. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it did work. Those chains, that took him ages to get out of that. Wow, that was awesome. Okay, let's go to some other stuff in the house. On air, that the viewers saw, there are a few housemates that seem to be annoyed by you picking up after them and cleaning up their stuff. Did you pick up on that vibe at all, or were you just trying to keep the house clean?
No way. Little Johnson's a bumhead. He was saying to me, thank you so much, Lara, for washing my towel. Oh, can you strip my bed too? I said, yeah, sure. And I love doing it because, I've got 3 boys, and I just wanted to do it because it made me nostalgic. Is that the word? Nostalgic or something, when you just remind you, and all my boys have grown up. So I enjoy doing it for him, and they loved it. He kept coming up and giving me cuddles and saying, thanks, you're just like my mum in here. You and my mum would get on good. And I laughed when I saw him doing that because I know he was just doing it for attention and making it funny. And it was bloody funny. I laughed my head off, So I said to him, well, stop leaving your skitty poo-poo undies around, you little grub, and I won't have to pick them up. Yeah. They are grubby, though. I thought all the young ones were a little bit, I don't know, they must be all the same, because I think young people today, they're just a little bit disrespectful when it comes to, like, that's somebody else's house. And I know it's a television show, but it's still somebody else's house, You should be respectful. And I was looking at them, I thought, bloody hell, my kids are like, every kid must be just like this. They just leave shit everywhere. Yeah.
Absolutely. So how did you go with all the drama in the house? I mean, what's your take on the whole Drew, Tully, Sam situation? How was that dinner when Tully came in?
I didn't even know who she was. I didn't know who any of them were. And I think that sort of bruised a few egos, to be honest, because I didn't actually watch Big Brother. I just saw challenges and I thought, I'm going to go on that show for the challenges, because I'd never had a TV. To be honest, I only just got a TV to watch Big Brother. I don't really have a TV because I'm not into that. I'm a bit of a hippie at heart, and I just watch stuff on my computer. But and if I can work it out. But what was the question again? Because I wanted to answer that one. It was important. What did you ask me? Oh, what did I think of the drama? Oh my
And the
goodness.
drama and the dinner and all that sort of stuff.
Man, I kept myself out of it. I used to just go in the laundry and lock the door, and everyone would come to the door and try to open it, but it was locked. And they would think Big Brother did it, but it was me. And it would just give me a break because they were like making my brain really very tired. And I just thought, you know what? Look, they're funny, they're young, and I think it was all just a bit fun, I guess. I don't know, to be honest with you. It just made me laugh. And because I didn't know who any of them was, I think, yeah, that got Trev's back up a bit. I said, who are you? Oh, were you? Oh, when? And because I was asking them like that, I don't think I knew who Reggie was, but not really them else. None of them. And Reggie's completely different to what I thought she was going to be like too. So it was weird, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh. Well,
but I should have paid more attention and watched the show prior, so I knew who they were. So I could have gone, oh my God, it's you from there. You know what I mean? But I didn't.
Well, did you actually know when you signed up that it was going to be a like an OG newbie series? Because some
no, I didn't even know. I didn't really know anything about the show before. All I watched was and then I just really always wanted to be on TV, to be honest. I just wanted to have a go. You know, like when you get on a ride on a roller coaster and you get on, you go, oh, that was fun. And you either get back on or you get off. Well, yeah, I thought I'll get on this and see if I like TV. And then otherwise I'll get off. I liked it. It was fun. I don't want to get off yet.
Look, a quick game of choose a housemate, Lara. So most genuine.
I would say Taras.
What about most non-genuine? It like appears nice, but they could be lying to your face.
Oh, there's two of them. I would say it's a very close. What do you call it? Very close between Gabby and Tully. Would probably be the most fakest, scamming little, conniving little girls I would know. Yeah.
Most you would like to connect with outside the house.
Heaps really. I loved Lulu, I loved Mel, I loved Taras, I loved Johnson and JC, and I love them all. Taras is just a beautiful boy though. I love him. He's got such a beautiful little heart. He's a beautiful young boy. His mum's done a good job.
Well, what about the newbie housemate that you think could go the furthest? Is that Taras?
The newbie. Oh yeah, I'd back Taras for sure. He's a really good dude, and he's just got a really nice feel about him. He's just I can't even explain it. He's just really heartfelt. He's just a good person. I love him. Yeah. We're still friends. We still chat. I love him. He's just a beautiful one. He's so funny. You have to look at his Instagram. He just makes me nearly pee my pants. He's so, oh my goodness. He makes me laugh.
And finally, who would you like to win Big Brother?
Oh, I'd love Taras to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love him to win. He's got his own little reasons. I guess they haven't shown them yet. But I would love him to win. I mean, I think they're all playing the game too, but I think the one that's playing it the hardest, if I'd be really honest, would be Reggie. Yeah. Yeah, she's a lot smarter, I think, than what she looks. Although in the beginning, when she told me about her plight, I was so emotional, you know, it really made me sad as a mother. And I really want her to win too, because I think, you know, that money could help her. So it's kind of a bit of a heart pulling sort of thing, you know what I mean? Because Taras has got his own things why he'd like to win it as well. I mean, if I won it, I would have shared it I would have probably given some to Reggie and some to Dave. And I probably would have given them, I just would have taken my mum and my brother to Greece, because I would love my mum to feel like to be rich once and like to go to Greece on first class, and my brother, because I love him. But that's all I wanted it for. So after I did that, and probably just buy myself some nice face cream or expensive eye cream, something. And then, I would have helped her out too, you know, for sure.
Well, talking about like plights and stuff, let's talk about life before Big Brother. You had a bit of a health scare before Big Brother. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah. Oh my God. If I did not go to have the test, because they're that intense, like what's the word? You know, when you have lots, very thorough, very, very thorough medical tests, and a tumor was detected and I had cancer cells in it. And I had to have an operation before I went in. And it was really touch or go whether I was going to be able to go in the house and stuff. But I went in still, it was from my cervix, so it was still bleeding and everything. But I hadn't had that for a while, because I'm in my 50s. I'm going through menopause. So I went in with that, and I was pretty much 100%, but I still felt a little bit funny. Yeah, but if I hadn't have gone on the show, I don't think I would have found it, to be honest. So in really saying it, Big Brother saved my life, and I'm so appreciative to the show for that, because I would never have found it. I wouldn't have gone and had all those tests and been so thorough, because I'm so healthy and I feel fit. So it's a real thing out
Wow.
there to young women, because go and have pap smears, go and be tested. I have to be tested every 3 months now.
Mm.
And I'm just want to be an advocate for that. It's the most important thing you need to do as a woman, because cervical cancer can kill you, and oh my goodness, there's heaps more to it. But, it was just, I'm so thankful for that. It's actually, to be honest with you, darling, Big Brother has helped me in so many ways. My OCD is so crippling that I can never use a public toilet. I can't even go to the shop sometimes, because I'm too scared I'll have to go to the toilet. I make sure I don't drink anything because I don't want to go to the toilets. And since being on Big Brother, I want to say that is probably the best therapy that I've ever had in my life. And I've suffered with
Oh, wow.
OCD since I was a little girl. And having to use the toilet after, say, someone like Trevor, after he ate those chili, cakes. Yeah, that's honest. Oh my goodness. Didn't matter how many times, I put toilet paper down. It was just, it nearly made me sick. Like I could not use the bathroom, and I did it. So guess what I did? I was at the shops the other day at Beto Bay, and I used the public toilet. Yes, I come home and washed every bit of my clothing. I felt like chucking it out, but I didn't. I just washed all my clothing. I washed all my hair and everything. But you know what? I've never gone into a public toilet. I don't go into them. I hate them.
Thank you for giving me the headline for the podcast. Lovely.
You're right. And you can laugh at me. I'm laughing at myself the whole way.
But does a health scare like that change your outlook on life? And if so, what has changed?
Yeah, it has changed my outlook, because I've been saying to a lot of young people, or my outlook on my life, yeah, because I'm not taking things for granted as much, and I want to enjoy things just a little bit more and not worry about silly little things that people worry about. I used to worry a lot about my body and, dysmorphia. Like I didn't see myself as I did, but I am now after watching myself on the show. Yeah, I feel better about myself. And I would like to really, honestly, I just telling all the young girls, or my daughter, she's 27, all her friends, go and get a pap smear, go and get a pap smear. You need to go every 6 months. You have to do it. It's imperative. Otherwise, you could end up, the doctor said to me, if I would have left that any more than a couple of months, it could have spread. And that would have been it.
On another note, it says in your bio that you're a single mother and grandmother. Are you still
Yeah.
looking for love? Have you got a few DMs from some eligible bachelors since you left the show?
No, I have not. I've got 3 sons. Are you kidding me? I don't have, no boys can come around here. I think my boys would scare them away. No, mummy's not no, I'm still single. I'm not dating. I mean, I'm really happy with myself. I love my life, and I think I'm at a time in my life now, and my kids are grown up, and I can concentrate on myself, and I want to do the things I wanted to do before. Like I met my husband when I was younger, and I got married within 3 months. And I come from a good Christian home. My father was Greek. My mother was a very strict religious woman. And I, got married within 3 months. I was a good girl, and then got married and had children, and everything had to go on hold. But now that they're grown up, because I was studying performing arts, and now that they're grown up, like that's it. That's what I want to do. My lifelong dreams to be on television and to entertain people, to make them cry, to make them laugh, to make them, hate you, to make them love you. I love drawing that sort of emotion from people.
Well, my last question was going to be, what's next for you, Lara, and what do you hope that the future holds? Is it maybe a bit more television and entertaining people?
Yes, for sure. I would love to be on that. I would love to do, like, what I'd really like to do, because this would be, I don't know, because I think men yelling at you is a little bit of a trigger for me, because I've had that happen in my life, and I want to go on SAS. I
Oh,
just
wow.
think I do those challenges, and I know I could do it, and I could prove. I just want my kids. I loved it. They've been calling me saying, "Mummy, I'm so proud of you. Oh my God, I can't believe you held that up. Mum, you're amazing." And it just really makes me cry, because they're so proud of me, clapping their hands at me and everything. So yeah, I'd love to go on SAS, and I would love to show, I'm 52 and I'm still strong, and I could jump out of a helicopter. I could grab onto a rope. I could eat a worm, whatever you have to do. I could do all that stuff if you had to, and you just got to grit down and put your mind to it. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for me. I'd love to. So if anyone's out there should be a
Oh,
show. Don't you think there should be a show called like The Actor, like The Voice?
oh
Why
yeah.
isn't there one? that actors, young ones, because you see all these women get up and they're like, oh, I've looked after my children my whole life and now it's time for me. But there's nothing for actors or budding young entertainers.
Maybe they're waiting for you to come along and start that show.
I think I'd be a terrific host, don't you think? Wouldn't I be wonderful?
Absolutely. And Channel 7 do listen to these podcasts. So SAS, keep that in mind for Lara. Well,
sure.
Lara, you definitely were not the token grandmother. You had more fight in you and strength than a lot of those boys, and you did so well. So thank you for joining me tonight.
Oh, darling, thank you so much, you little spunk. Oh, you're such a little cutie. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
What to you too. Look, that was Lara, fourth evicted from Big Brother 2022. That's it for tonight. Thank you for listening. I'm Aaron Ryan. I'll be back with the fifth eviction very soon. Good night.